This month on Diecast Time Unboxing, it's a special one for the Ford fans where I crack open a couple of EF Falcons.
Let's go.
So these are a couple of cars that I've had in my collection for quite a while. I have had them previously out of the boxes, but they have been packed up since I had to move from the old place. And now haven't had them out of the boxes for about 3 years. So that will be exciting to see them once again. So we have the Apex Replicas 1998 Bathurst 1000 winner from SBR. And then we have the Biante version of the Dick Johnson and Stephen Johnson car from the same race. I did want to get that partly because it was a Johnson & Johnson car. I love that livery as well. And I takes me back to a time, just an exciting time in the racing. I was a lot younger back then and have some fond memories of it. Now, it will be interesting to see. Obviously, Apex Replicas were about very shortly in their career and we're doing some really cool models like these. Got bought out by Biante probably shortly after doing this one, and Biante started doing the EL models after that. I have noticed that they did have a few more planned, but they have since been taken out of circulation, or you can't pre-order them anymore. There was, I think, some pack leader ones and Tony Longhurst and Ellery car as well that were on pre-orders, which have now been cancelled. Not exactly sure what happened there. Maybe pre-order numbers were too low, but it will be interesting to crack these open and have a close look at them and see if there was any kind of changes between from when Apex did this car originally and then Biante took it over, and whether there's significant differences between the two or whether they are very similar. I don't recall having them anywhere near each other in the cabinet previously because I had all the Johnson cars together, and this one would have been sitting with some other. I'm not sure how many Falcons I had at that point, but yeah, it definitely wasn't sitting with all the Johnson cars at the time. So it'll be interesting to crack them open and have a look. So let's get on with it. Kicking it off with the certificates of authenticity, 2,502 of the Bathurst winner. So a lot of those, not surprising with it being a Bathurst winner, and then only 1,008 of the Johnson & Johnson car. The certificate actually signed by both Jason Bright and Stephen Richards, while only Dick Johnson on the other one. As you can see, the quality of the Biante one is actually a lot better. No surprise it's there, as Apex ones were a little bit basic, I suppose. But yeah, they weren't definitely not around for as long. But we let's have a look at the cars instead. A quick look of the two cars side by side. Big differences appear to be in the individual ways kind of the teams set them up. Like you can see the window netting there. There's it's hard to tell, but there's no extra window there. While on the Johnson & Johnson car, you can see they've got that little bit of extra window set in there. The aerials on top looks to be set a little bit further back on the Stone Brothers one there on the roof, while on the rear wing there it sits a little bit proud of that, while on the Johnson one it is right up against the rear wing. Would be interesting to see some photos from back in the day, how close those things are. Both of them actually have the little yellow sticker there on the rear window. I'm not sure if that was to show where the people had done pit stops and things back then. But yeah, both of the cars look really cool and sit really well. These ones just looked really, really mean. The wheels weren't huge, but definitely when they were down low with the tyres filling up the guards, made the cars look really tough. So here we are on the turntable. Just really, really cool looking cars. Back in these days, I was more of a Holden fan. I was fully into the Red Army HRT, but this one, Brighton Richards taking the win. I definitely wasn't unhappy to see these guys take a win at Bathurst, even though they beat my beloved HRT back then. I was quite happy during the day, the way they used that pit stop strategy and everything. And this is definitely, I reckon it's probably my favourite Falcon in the collection so far. Maybe challenged by the Scott McLaughlin championship winning, or I think I got the Bathurst pole car, not the championship winner. But anyway, that's semantics. This is definitely right up there as one of my favourite Falcons. And here it is with all of the bits open. So much detail on the inside of these cars even. All the detail in the boot. Not too much to see under the engine bay as it's all covered up by the air intake stuff there. Really cool. And all 4 doors open because these cars have 4 doors, unlike the ones of today. These really were more like a street car with a roll cage chucked in it, and off we went compared to the fully blown race cars of today. It's really impressive. Probably the big difference is how little sponsorship stuff is on the inside of the car. I'm not sure if that's coming up on camera there, but there's only one little placard on the dashboard compared to, there's stickers and logos everywhere on the inside these days to pick up everything on the race cam. And now we have the Johnson & Johnson car on the turntable. As I said, very, very, very similar to the Brighton Richards car. I don't think anything was changed from the moulds between them doing this, between it being an Apex car and a Biante car. It looks like they just continued on with the same mould and maybe changed a couple of the details with things like the driver's window being kind of half in there, I suppose, on the Johnson & Johnson car, and a bit of the placement of the aerials seem to be the big differences. Even the bonnet pins seem to be slightly turned in on the SBR car, where they're straighter on the Johnson car. I'm not sure if that's just something in the way they're placed on these, or whether that's an actual thing. The rear bonnet pins all look the same. The wheels and that all look very, very similar. Obviously, with the DJR logos and that on the DJR one, but very, very similar. I've just noticed the tow hooks on the front. The SBR car having 2 tow hooks in the front bumper, while the DJR car just having that single one on the passenger side. But both of them very beautiful models, and very happy to have them in my collection. So that's my EL Falcon collection. Let me know down in the comments, have you got these two or any of the other ELs that did come out, or were you on the pre-order list for any of the others? I definitely wanted to get the Longhurst and Ellery car. As a lot of fans of this channel know, I absolutely love that Castrol livery, and it was kind of inverted on the Longhurst car, so definitely wanted to add that to my collection. Hopefully they do spring back up and get done in the future. Not so disappointed about the pack leader cars, but there was also, I think you could get the Glenn Seaton Ford credit car was done, but I don't think any of the others were done at the time. It'd be pretty cool maybe to have a Mark Larkham car as well, but unfortunately we are where we are at. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And until next time, keep collecting. I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great.